Hi, everybody. Mr. Garavac here. This is the Rona Chronicles Part 2 for me. I feel like I'm part of some weird movie or some apocalyptic movie. I don't know. We're all separated here, so it's nice to see everybody. Or I can't see you, but you can see me, so that's good. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope you're not driving anybody too crazy over this long break that we have. Still don't know how long it's going to be, but as of now, I'm just going to say April 6th. We'll all see each other again, but we'll see about that. So I'm going to read the gospel to you from Sunday. And then I want to talk to you guys about what you're going to write about. And of course, I already posted the daily language review. So you got that going for you. You can send, your parents can still go to the office and pick up hard copies for the next 3 weeks. I have DLRs and spelling packets for weeks 28, 29, and 30 waiting for you there. Or I'll just post them in Classroom if you'd rather not go in. I appreciate that. I'm, complete hermit status right here, just all by myself. But it's cool. Gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna read the gospel to you, and then we're gonna talk about what to write about. So the gospel from Sunday is from John 9, 1 through 41. It's kind of a long one, so brace yourselves. As Jesus passed by, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Jesus answered, neither he nor his parents sinned. It is so that the works of God might be made visible through him. We have to do the works of the one who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when no one can work. While I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had said this, he spat on the ground and made clay with his saliva and smeared the clay on his eyes and said to him, go wash in the pool of Siloam, which means sent. So he went and washed and came back able to see. His neighbors and those who had seen him earlier as a beggar said, isn't this the one who used to sit and beg? Some said it is, but others said, no, he just looks like him. He said, I am. So they said to him, how are your eyes opened? He replied, the man called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and told me, go to Siloam and wash. So I went there and washed and was able to see. And they said to him, where is he? He said, I don't know. They brought the one who was once blind to the Pharisees. Now Jesus had made clay and opened his eyes on a Sabbath. So then the Pharisees also asked him how he was able to see. He said to them, he put clay on my eyes and washed, and now I can see. So some of the Pharisees said, this man is not from God, because he does not keep the Sabbath. But others said, how can a sinful man do such signs? And there was a division among them. So they said to the blind man again, what do you have to say about him, since he opened your eyes? He said, he is a prophet. Now the Jews did not believe that he had been blind and gained his sight, until they summoned the parents of the one who had gained his sight. They asked them, is this your son, who you say was born blind? How does he now see? His parents answered and said, we know that this is our son and that he was born blind. We do not know how he sees now, nor do we know how he opened his, or who opened his eyes. Ask him. He is of age. He can speak for himself. Or ask him, sorry. Ask him. He is of age. He can speak for himself. His parents said this because they were afraid of the Jews, for the Jews had already agreed that if anyone acknowledged him as the Christ, he would be expelled from the synagogue. For this reason, his parents said, he is of age, question him. For a second time, they called the man who had been blind and said to him, give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. He replied, if he is a sinner, I do not know. One thing I do know is that I was blind and now I see. So they said to him, what did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? He answered, I told you already, and you did not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you want to become his disciples too? They ridiculed him and said, Who are that? You are that man's disciple. We are disciples of Moses. We know that God spoke to Moses, but we do not know where this one is from. The man answered and said to them, This is what is so amazing, that you do not know where he is from, yet he opened my eyes. We know that God does not listen to sinners, but if one is devout and does his will, he listens to him. It is unheard of that anyone ever opened the eyes of a person born blind. If this man were not from God, he would not be able to do anything. They answered and said to him, You were born totally in sin, and you are trying to teach us. And you are trying to teach us? And then they threw him out. Then Jesus heard that they had thrown him out. He found him and said, Do you believe in the Son of Man? He answered and said, Who is he, sir, that I may believe in him? Jesus said to him, You have seen him. The one speaking with you is he. He said, I do believe, Lord, and he worshipped him. Then Jesus said, I came into this world for judgment, so that those who do not see might see, and those who do see might become blind. Some of the Pharisees who were with him heard this and said to him, Surely we are not also blind, are we? Jesus said to them, If you were blind, you would have no sin. But now you are saying, We see, so your sin remains. So, yeah, kind of a mouthful, but a lot of things that could be interpreted there. Now, if we go to the writing prompt, this is what I'd like to talk about now. It says, early church officials believed that plagues, sickness, and physical ailments were the results of sin. So some people might even interpret this whole Ronatine thing as a result of our sinful nature. I don't believe that our God is angry or spiteful. I do believe that bad things can happen to good people, and it's not necessarily some sort of punishment for our sinful nature. I have hope and faith that this whole ordeal will help us to appreciate one another a little bit more and to bring us all together. I think it's kind of already done that in a way. I'm also hoping that you've had an opportunity to bond with loved ones a little more. So here's what we're going to write about for this week. Number one, and this is what you would do for your brainstorm, you just cut and paste the number part of the assignment and just answer these questions basically, or respond to the writing prompt. So number one, tell about an activity that you have done with family or friends over the last week that you wouldn't have done otherwise. Number two, write about how this whole situation has made you grow closer to your loved ones and to God. Number three, tell about the challenges you've experienced being in constant, close contact with your loved ones. And then in parentheses it says, don't feel bad. Sometimes the one you love can irk you the most. And then number four, share how your faith has helped you through this whole ordeal. So I think, I don't want to give you any ideas, so I'm not going to tell you about what I think. I would just like to hear what you have to say. So, and I think this could be a really interesting sharing too when we start doing the proofreading and editing on Wednesday. So the proofreader's checklist will be posted on Wednesday. I'm also going to take pictures of the spelling packet, so you can do that online, or you can pick it up at the school office. You know, your parents can pick it up at the school office. Either way. Again, just try to be nice to all the people that you are stuck with, because you're stuck with them for a reason. They love you, and I think it's a good thing in certain regards. So I will talk to you soon, and feel free to message me on Classroom, via email, or on Remind. Okay? God bless.